The 4-2-3-1-2 is arguably one of the best formations on FC26, and today I have got the perfect custom tactics and roles for you to succeed with this formation. Are you in need of coins for FC26? U7Buy provides the safest, cheapest and most reliable place to get your coins in FC26. And you don't just have to take my word for it, plenty of big creators are using U7Buy. And if that's not enough for you, also go and check out the reviews, which they have over 40,000 of. And don't forget to use code VIPER at checkout to get 8% off every single order. So guys, first of all, thank you for being here. If you're enjoying the content, please leave a like and also subscribe to the channel. I really enjoy doing these custom tactic videos, but the reason you haven't seen too many of them is because I really like making sure they're good and they do work really well. So that's why we've only had the 4-3-3-2 and the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow currently on the channel. This is the third one, and this is absolutely brilliant if you use it correctly. Make sure you stay tuned for the entire video to understand where and what works perfectly in this formation, because my god man, if you play this right, it is the best formation on the game in my opinion. Now, for the tactics, build-up style is actually going to be counter in the 4-2-3-1. I don't really like advocating for this, but counter is very good on this game. But with two CDMs, you become very defensive. You do become very defensive, but with the roles that we do have applied here, it's going to work an absolute treat. So counter-attack is the build-up style. I do like short passing. Doesn't really work in this formation in my opinion. Balance is good if you just want the best of both worlds. But counter-attack in this formation is vile. It's very, very dirty. But it gives you a lot of cover defensively and allows you to break very, very fast. Very fast. So make sure that you've got players similar to what I've got. And make sure you set up the roles very similar as well. So counter-attack is what we're going for there. For defensive approach, I've said this in every video so far. I find if you drop this too low, you are just going to get hit all the time on counter-attacks, and then it's up to you to defend with your centre-backs, which is no good. And also, when you do drop it too low, you are just under constant pressure, and it's whether or not you're good enough at defending to be able to get out of the problems. That can work, because ultimately what will happen is if you do get the ball back, the counter-attack you do have will be absolutely insane. But I personally like having my defensive line higher to catch the opponent offside. Not only that, I trust myself defensively, so I do like to have this a little bit higher anyway. I think extreme is too much. I think high is perfect. But if you don't like that, balanced, 50 as a minimum, in my opinion, is what you're going to need. Don't drop it lower than that, because I just think it's too hard to defend and you're setting yourself up to concede an awful lot of goals. So go for high. That is perfect in my opinion. And yeah, counter-attack, finally, I'm using it, and it is really good. Now then, for the roles, this is very important, so make sure you listen to this. Goalkeeper, in my opinion, is the best role for your goalkeeper. Sweeper and ball playing, they come out of their box a bit too much, and I think it's just a little bit dangerous, in my opinion. If you do have the rush out playstyle plus, that's okay to put them on sweeper keeper, but otherwise, just leave it on goalkeeper. That is the best for you. For your fullbacks, we are going to have both of them on fullback and versatile. I really like versatile because it is quite defensive, but when set to versatile, the fullback can move inside to form a back three or push slightly forward and wider to support build-up. That's very good considering you've got a right mid and a left mid, but also they do sometimes come inside a little bit and almost work as false backs. Not that you really want that all the time, but it is good. And they do still sit in the defensive kind of quarters, which is important because you don't want them pushing too far up the park. Of course, it's going to be the same on Balde as well, fullback and versatile. I really like this year, guys. You know, usually people put the fullbacks on defend, but try versatile. They do still sit very defensive, but gives them a bit more license to push up a little bit when you need them to, when you need a bit more support for your left mid and right mid, and also for your midfielders. So I like to have both of them on that. For your defenders, or your centre-backs, I should say, so obvious, isn't it? It's going to be defender, and it is going to be defend. What I suggest you have in this formation, and this is me nitpicking a little bit, make sure you have players that are good at passing at the back. I don't really have that with my fullbacks, but I do have it with my centre-backs. Cabrassi is a brilliant passer of the ball. And it's really good to kind of find the wide players or find the cam. I absolutely love this card. I think he's so good at kind of bringing the ball out and finding a good pass forward. So if you can find players here that've got good passing, I highly, highly recommend it. It's so important, in my opinion. And if you can do it, it will aid you massively in building up attacks, especially because we're on counter. Your centre-backs need to be able to pass out quickly and reliably, and you get that with these two centre-backs that I've got here. So try and make sure your centre-backs have got good passing. For our left CDM, now you don't have to follow this exactly. It can be your right CDM if need be. We have got Mariona. I really, really like this card. And to be fair, I haven't really enjoyed Box Crusher on this game too much, but she offers too much coming forward to be on DLP or holding, right? She offers way too much going forward, and I recommend this highly as well. Get someone at your left or right CDM spot that has the ability to come forward and create a lot of chances. This essentially works as a secondary cam, almost, but also she's got Relentless, which is very important for this role, in my opinion. Great coming forward, can do bits defensively as well. She has got really good jockey speed, and I think for cutting passing lanes, that's all you really need. And of course, her second man press is really good because she's got Relentless Plus. I recommend someone here that has got good passing playstyles, can dribble really nicely, has got Relentless at least silver, and make sure they've at least got Box Crusher Plus, because Box Crusher without a plus on it, I don't really like at all. Very important role, that one. Very important role. But the most important role and the most important player in the team, in my opinion, is going to be Rodri. Now, your options here instead of Rodri are Stiller, not Ben, De Jong, Reinders. You need Tiki Taka Plus on this player, or at least silver, because this person in this role is by far and away the most pivotal player. DLP++ and defend. Rodri starts every attack for me. Rodri starts every counter attack. He has got insane passing, whether that be a tiki-taka pass or an over the top. He has got long ball pass as well. And I find this card to not only be great coming forward from deep, you know, or not coming forward, but initiating counter attacks, but also so good defensively, even though he's low pace. His ability to cut up the passing lanes and also find a pass out, because he wins the ball back so much for whatever reason. I don't really understand how he's so good at winning the ball back. But this player here, you have them really deep, they cut up the passing lanes, and they initiate the counter attacks really quickly. Whilst you're doing that, Mariona, or whoever your Box Crusher CDM is pushing forward into the space to create kind of an overload, which is amazing. And I just love these two set up like this. But this role and player here is so important to the team. I promise you, this is so important that you get right. And as I said, Stiller, great option. De Jong, Reinders, Rodri, brilliant. All of them are brilliant for this role. And I highly, highly recommend one of them. It's actually quite a crutch position. That's all I've got to say there, really. For the wide players. Now, this is also important that you get right. I like winger on my wide players in this formation. But from my experience, I personally believe inside forward and attack on both of them is really, really good, especially if you've got a left footer on the right-hand side and a right footer on the left-hand side, because finesse shots, whether or not they've got finesse silver or plus, doesn't matter. Finesse shots are very, very broken on this game. So bringing them inside and them being on attack means they get a lot of opportunities to score, and once you're starting the counter-attack, it's probably going to go into your striker, but they're always there for the passing option if you need it. And you get that because of the inside forward. Whether or not they've got plus or not doesn't really matter. I would highly recommend trying this and remembering when they're on edges, look for the finesse shots. Always. Always, always look for the finesse shots. They're always spare, it seems, if you're playing quite centrally. They always seem to be spare in the final third, which is really nice. And I like that about them two players there. Doesn't really matter who you've got. It's not like crutch like Rodri, Gula, sorry, not Gula, De Jong, Stiller, or Reinders. So whoever you kind of want at the wide position's perfect. I would say Salah, great option. And then like Pajor at left mid, very good option as well. For your cam, this is a bit different. And I'm going to say this now. Gula is one of the best cards on the game for the price that he is. But I would say, other than half winger, choose the cam and choose the role based on what they've got best. Whether that be Classic 10, which we've got on Gula, and that's a really good role actually. Whether that be Playmaker, whether that be Shadow Striker, just go with whatever they've got as a plus or plus plus. Make sure they've got good dribbling and make sure their passing is very reliable. We have got that with Arda Güler. His passing is brilliant. He starts so many attacks and also finds the wide players very well, very often, and also plays our striker in an awful lot, who is our next person to talk about and is very important to the team that you get this right as well. I know there's a lot of things to get right in this formation, but trust me, this card or this player is so important. I would say Haaland, Gyökeres, Kane, great options. You want someone big up here that can hold up the ball and wait for other players to kind of overlap him. Obviously, he is sitting quite high, and what I'm saying would suggest false 9 is quite good. And yes, it is. But what you really want here is someone that can shield the ball, bring other players into the game. Obviously, with short passes, his through balls aren't great, and nor are any of the other big strikers, other than Harry Kane, who is actually quite good at it, to be fair. Make sure you've got someone that's big, insane finishing. Make sure they're fast as well, other than Harry Kane, who's an exception because he's just so bloody good. I personally think with these roles, other than the Classic 10, which you do need to change based on what your player here has got as a role plus or plus plus, is perfect. I think this formation is so good. As you can see here, Güler sitting at the number 10 role. You've got your two wide players, very high, playing as a right forward and left forward, I would say. And you've got Mariona, who does still sit deep, but also does come forward quite often. And then Rodri just kind of shielding the back four, which is amazing. This formation is so good, guys. It's so good. And if you set it up like that, there is the code on screen. You'll absolutely have a field day. Very good for counter-attacking. Very, very good for defending as well because of the two CDMs. Go and give this a go. Let me know what you think to it in the comment section. And if you have enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you never miss a video. But guys, that's going to be it from me for now. So take care.